Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brandon Motzkus, and today's Fabric Chat.
Good morning.
Hello.
All right. Well, if you're new here, we are a mother-daughter duo. We have a quilt shop in Central Washington State. We have a pattern line. We have online stuff that you can find at fabricpatch.net. We do box openings to show you the newest fabric that's come in the store. We'll do that tonight at 5 o'clock. We also do it Sundays at 12:30. And we have a retreat center. So we've been doing retreats. We've had the retreat center since 2016.
Yeah.
It has slowly continued to grow in size until now it's almost a full city block with 3 different sizes. So there's small, medium, and large for whatever your retreat needs are. But 9 times per year,
Yeah, we host our own.
we host our own.
So you don't have to find 6 other friends to go with you.
No.
It could just be you. It could be you and a buddy.
Yeah.
And we'll introduce you to new friends all over the country.
And it's super fun because everybody ends up being such good friends, you know, and
Really do.
meeting each other and then wanting to sign up for things together. So
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
really, really nice. We have such a good time. And our first hosted retreat is this week. Starts technically tonight. Yeah. So a lot of people are showing up early. You have that option of getting here and kind of resting Tuesday night if you feel like you're going to be a little road weary. And then I go pick people up at the airport on Wednesday, anybody who's flying in. And then we take the scenic drive back
So
to
pretty.
show why we live in such a beautiful place. And then anyway, and then off we go. So this week will be kind of fun because this week we have several kind of special things happening. Matthew Sullivan is happening. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. Friday.
And also we are going over to the nursing home on Friday at 10. She changed our time.
At 10.
So the nursing home thing, and again, I feel like most of the people that watch us are our usual people.
Yeah.
And you know that what's been going on is for months now. How many weeks?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I have no idea.
Because for a while there, we were showing once a week, and then we went up to twice a week. But we put the call out for placemats. Nikki asked if we would help them to replace their old, worn, and tattered placemats. And we made the mistake of saying, well, you got, not mistake.
No. Nikki made the mistake of asking us.
It's all on her. It's all on her.
Because we have really cool friends.
We have the best friends. Always here for us, no matter what. And so I didn't find out until weeks later that she only needed 100. I feel like I didn't know that.
I mean, it makes sense.
How many do you need? You got 42 residents.
You need and
3 a day.
They have enough.
You have to wash them.
Yeah, and they also have seasonal, which is how special is that?
So many needs.
Everyone can have Christmas all season long. Some Halloween ones. You guys made birthday ones. So cool.
So they have ended up with over 2,000. What's really, really nice about that is that they were then able to go through them a little bit and gift some to other area facilities.
Which I think is super cool.
So nice. I think that's almost nicer, don't you think? I mean, for them to have the opportunity to share in their bounty and be able to gift, you know, I think that's
very cool.
super, super special. And we mentioned in one of the little placemat openings that some of the residents have even gifted some to their family.
Which I think is super sweet.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So they've certainly had enough that they can do whatever they'd like to with them, and that they think they're that special is really nice. So, they were boxing them up. We were paying the shipping. We've sent some to Snohomish. Some have gone up to Coulee City. They've gone to different places, memory care facilities. But now, so I was talking with Nikki just yesterday, and the reason we were talking was organizing the thing on Friday. So it's 10 o'clock now instead of 1. But she said, I asked if she had any boxes ready for us to ship, and she says, well,
take a little bit of convincing.
They don't really want to be cut short. And in fact, they needed more Halloween.
Oh.
And so the housekeeper is finally on board who was like, wait a minute, I have
There's
now
not
all
enough
of these
room.
extra. Why do you have to use, a new one with every meal? And so anyway, so they're all on board. They bought some tubs.
Oh, sure.
And so they have them organized so that all of the Christmas ones are in their own tub, all of the spring ones, all of the Easter ones. So they have them all organized, which is how they noticed that they didn't quite have enough Halloween. I don't know how many is enough, but anyway, so they're being stored more. So I don't know how many they've ended up with, but I feel as though it is a substantial.
Plenty. That's cool though.
But then also
think it's
there's
super
so many
great.
of the residents that have them in their rooms.
Who love them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who love
And
them
when-
as a small quilt, as a decorating, as on their nightstand.
Yeah. And the reason I mention
Over
it,
the arm of their chair.
I know, is because we're going to go. So when we do a retreat, we always have like footage, Anna will do kind of highlights of the retreat.
Yeah.
And so some of the things will be fairly well explained and some might not be. So when we're done with this retreat, you'll see some footage. So we're going to go into McKay because we're going over 10 o'clock on Friday to do a little quilting class. And we're going to make a quilt for them. And we'll show you. We'll have it behind us one day and we'll show you. But we're going to do the grid.
Yeah.
So we have the grid cut out and we have a little palette of squares and some suggestions for patterns, but they can do anything they want. And then they're going to fuse them down and then we're going to sew them together for them and put sashing on it and make a quilt for them. Mm-hmm. So we're going over to do that and we're taking over the mug rugs for them. Mm-hmm. But what's really fun is when we go in the facility, you'll see your placemats everywhere. They are all over the place. And Nikki says they change them out a lot. So when you first come in and you sign in, there's a pretty little placemat there. So they're using them like
table runners.
Table runners.
That's fun.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
That's cool.
It's so homey.
And as long as it makes them happy.
They love them. They love them. And they're changing out the ones in their room and they're hanging them up. So anyway,
I think that's great. If it makes them happy, then
yeah, they absolutely love it. And they love the cards. And so they love all of that. So they, of course, do know we were going to keep it a secret that they were getting mug rugs, but they watch.
Yeah, so they are very ready to see
they watch the
cute little
openings.
patooties.
Yeah. So they're excited to see all of those. Yeah. So anyway, so we'll take those over and you guys will get to see them. And I want to show you one other thing. So this is kind of fun. I hadn't shown you this yet. I was saving this for something special. And I'm going to, we'll present it to Nikki so you'll kind of see it in the video, I think, but you might not know what it is. So let me read this.
It's in the numbers.
I have a letter. Where's the letter? Uh-oh. Oh.
Already ready.
Sorry. Okay. It's from our friend, Ben Kirby. Ben is a good friend, watches all the time. Mm-hmm. Ben's the one who lost his wife a year ago. Gosh, it was a year ago last Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And just good friends. They had gone on a couple of cruises with us. They had come up to a couple of retreats, and they even came up just for a visit.
Yeah, just
to
fun.
Kind of hang out. And all of you guys helped to send blocks to make a quilt for Lori. And then what's also kind of fun is Ben has found a raggedy quilt.
Yes.
And said that he wanted to go ahead and finish it. She had everything all sewn together, but he had to clip it. And he was really worried about what was the technique for clipping. And so anyway, we've talked him through all of that. Well, anyway, he sent this, and this has been here, but I wanted to wait and then give this separately to Nikki. But he got in on the fun.
Oh, good.
So he says, "Dear Cindy, Brianna, and the rest of the Fabric Patch crew, I don't use a high-dollar, high-quality quilting machine. In fact, I used a Boss Stitch stapler to create this mug rug.
Ooh.
Actually, it's to put toward paying for a cabinet for McKay to store the mug rugs and placemats. Honor the elderly, make them smile, and you'll be blessed. Pass it on, Ben Kirby." And he says, "Oh, by the way, he thinks this mat is exactly the right size and the right color." It's so funny. It's so cute. Ready? Ta-ta. Oh,
Oh,
it just came out.
oh, that's so nice.
Oh, I know. I think that's perfect.
Aw.
Yeah. So I can't wait. So I'm going to give that to Nikki. And because, yeah, now that they've got the placemats kind of
Yeah,
organized, they're going to need something else for the
mug rugs for
massive
sure.
mug rugs. I think we've got 5 bags, fabric patch bags that are full,
That's
and
a
we'll
lot.
bring those in. And one more thing for them just to go through. And that reminds me, the other thing is that we pilfered from them. We took, I think there's 200 in that box that's going to Jen Brennan. Because we kind of pilfered, not so much off the top. I did kind of go through them a little bit and found some of the flowery ones and some of the devout ones. And we sent those off to Jen because for Mother's Day, we talked about that and we raised some money. You guys raised some money that we're sending off to Grieving Mamas. And so many of you guys were commenting about that and wanting information. And we'll maybe share that again or put that down. But there's a lot of Grieving Mamas websites, but this one in particular is Dr.
Laura Brennan.
Laura Berman.
Yeah, Berman. I'll put the links in the description for you. So if you're wanting to see what exact, one we're talking about, you'll know.
Yeah.
The one that we're kind of connected to.
And the one that is the end of May this year is full, but she's already taking registrations for the next one. I think she takes 75, and it's, it's really a healing thing for mothers who have lost children. And our friend, Jen Brennan from Plattsville, Colorado, she went last year and she's actively involved. And so she puts together these boxes that go in these swag bags. Because I guess these gals, these moms all get these incredible swag bags with homemade comforting things in them. And so your bath bombs,
the weighted shoulder wraps, and it's amazing.
Fun, really, really nice, wonderful, comforting things. And so a lot of your mug rugs are going and on their way to be a part of that. Yeah. So
super special.
Super, super special. So anyway, all right. So let's see. So mug rugs. And then the other thing is we have the quilts. We haven't taken those over yet to
New Hope. No.
To New Hope. So we'll see if we can get a picture for you guys for those. We have a stack of quilts that we're taking over, baby, youth, and mother size. I did go ahead and make the donation though, and I did that right on their website. And there's a spot where you can do that. So anyway, thank you guys again for that. We just
that
can't
was super cool.
Thank you enough.
Super amazing.
It's just so nice, the friends that we have, and that you guys are always ready to just follow us for, whatever new thing we're passionate about. And
it's really great.
It is. And speaking of that, I have a new one.
Yeah.
This is a fun one from a viewer. So this is from is it Michelle? What's her name? Linda Lordy from Sunnyside, one of our customers. So she sent an email about her nephew. Her nephew, he looks like he doesn't say how old he is, but I'm guessing he's maybe mid-40s, up to maybe early 50s. I'm really bad at that. But he was recently diagnosed with Parkinson's, and it's something that runs in their family and is fairly prevalent. And I think it was like the 3rd person in their family to be diagnosed. Well, he decided, in order to raise awareness for Parkinson's and raise money, he is doing the Pacific Crest Trail.
Wow.
2,652 miles.
It's a doozy.
Walking. So because if you have Parkinson's and newly diagnosed, the big thing that really is going to make a big difference is exercise. And so he's thinking, it's just a really interesting thing. So she had sent me this email, and originally what the email said, it was just so simple. Originally it was just asking for prayers. We get that a lot. Can somebody be added to our prayer chain? And so she says, please keep my nephew Rob Cook in your prayers. He's hiking the Pacific Crest Trail from Campo on the Mexican border to Mazama, Washington, to raise awareness for Parkinson's disease. So she and her sister born and raised in Sunnyside.
Oh, fun.
So there are
Yeah.
local people. And also, apparently, his mother is friends with Amy Osmondson.
Oh, small world.
Small world, right? Right? So, and knows Amy Osmondson since Amy was a little girl because she worked with her mom. So she says Rob has a Facebook page and there's several people on it. So look for his name. And he has like 200 followers and he's trying to raise money. And so I found him. So what I searched Rob Cook, hiker's log. And it came up. I'm going to turn this around and I don't know if you'll even be able to see it. It could be that it'll be easier for Anna to kind of put something on there. But when it comes up, he has a YouTube channel and we can maybe put the link, but it's just at the hiker's log. And then there's a dash W2E, because if you just type in the hiker's log
a lot
on YouTube, you get
millions.
A ton of stuff. There's some book, and there's all kinds of stuff. So you want to give him, find him. And he has 7 videos. And I watched all of them. And so it's getting ready and getting started. And then it's his first, from here to here and from here to here and from
That's
here
cool.
to here. So he's made it 100 miles so far. And 100% he wants awareness for Parkinson's and he's trying to raise money for the Michael J. Fox Foundation.
Sure.
And he says, gosh, if you only want to do a penny, it'll be $26, or whatever. So he's going on. So, and you don't have to donate anything. It's just interesting just to watch and it's just beautiful and, kind of fun. And, he talks about the food. He's done a lot of dehydrated stuff and then he just makes his little water and puts it on there and he shows this little camp and, shows the scenery. But anyway, he's made it 100 miles and it's kind of fun. And he talks about, who he is and it's just really interesting. And he says one little thing is he says it's good for anyone to do difficult things, to prove to yourself that you're tough, resilient, and that you're a worthy companion that others turn to at difficult times. And so to keep pushing, this is what he's doing. And anyway, so we're going to share that. And I think it's just kind of fun. So far, he has raised $2,325.
Oh, good.
His goal is $15,000. So, and he has a little thing there that he's doing. But anyway, I think he's just fun to watch. And it's funny.
If you've never even heard of the Pacific Crest Trail, because you're on the other side of the country, it is a beautiful trail. There is, you get through all your skill levels. I mean, nothing like super crazy, but it is quite a feat to do. And for people to say, hey, I've done it, is quite a very cool thing. But
I would, every time I watch something like this, because there was a book, what was it called? The Wild?
Yeah.
Now a movie. But such a good book. And that was what she did. A woman that did it and wasn't prepared, didn't do any research. It's just like, oh, I think she was going through a divorce or she got fired or something happened. I don't remember now. And it was a true story. And so she took off, didn't have the right kind of boots, didn't have the right kind of coat, didn't have the right kind of sleeping bag, didn't travel with a partner, which that's kind of recommended to have somebody with you, didn't have bear spray, all of these other things, but she made it through the whole thing. And it was just such an interesting book, kind of top 10 for a long time. Really, really good book. But all of those things that you see, you go across the Bridge of the Gods, across the Columbia River, which
so pretty.
Yeah, and then all the way up to Mazama, and the way that things change as you go. But and then whenever I read a book like that or watch his YouTube videos, I think, oh, I would love to do that.
I would not.
I would love to do it. Because there's several of them. So there's the Pacific Crest. Well, hear me out and you'll hear how we would do it together. There's the Pacific Crest Trail. There's also a northern one.
Yes.
And then there's also the Appalachian one. I want to do the Appalachian one. I want to do that. I think that you start like in Louisiana. Maybe it's Mississippi. And then you go up, because the reason I would want to do that one is because, I think about hobbies that I'm obsessed with, right? So, I mean, obviously quilting, fabric, thread, notions, all of that. But, very, very close second is everything nature.
Right.
You know, flowers and seeds and bugs and birds and I just love a good walk through nature, a stroll, really. I love to just smell the flowers.
Have you noticed she hasn't said a hike?
Not a hike. Not a hike.
An excursion.
I don't want it to be too hot. I don't want it to be rainy. Wind, I just cannot tolerate at all. Rain is okay if it's a little bit of rain, but
drizzle for like 5 minutes.
if it's downpouring and I'm cold, I don't know. And here's the other thing.
You're not selling anybody on this.
No, I am saying a stroll. I mean, I agree. I would like to see the whole thing, but here's what I want to know. Where do you get off the trail to find the hotels?
Oh, well, there's some that is not.
Because I want to walk a little bit and then I want to go have a really nice dinner. I want to have a nice salad. I'm not going to...
Comfy bed.
Comfy bed.
Yeah, there's some of that
massage.
It's not.
Probably a little, a hot tub to my achy little bones, and then the next morning I can be Ubered back to the trail and
Off we go.
Off I go again. Long day. I can
not
take
sure that's how the trail works.
I feel like it could. I feel like we need to do it and we need to do the bougie hike. This is the part that you see. And if there's some sort of crawling up in the rock where you might put your fingers somewhere, I'm going to skip that part.
We're going to walk around.
I'm going to get my Uber and then I'm going to come back in here and I'm just going to do
the parts that are civilized.
Civilized. Not that I'm not resilient and tough. I'm just not going to sleep with bugs. I like to look at bugs. One of these days, I'm going to see a lightning bug.
Yeah.
Firefly, whatever they're called. I don't want it to land on me. I don't want it to bite me. I have that kind of blood type that if we are sitting, right? She knows this.
She's connected. Everyone thinks
I
the tastiest.
taste so good.
She doesn't like bug spray, though. It's her own fault.
I don't like bug spray. I like Bug Me Not, the natural stuff. You have to reapply it every 30 minutes.
I bug spray.
You do the DEET?
No, I don't use the DEET, but I also have my candle right next to me. And I even have this little fancy clip-on.
I have that.
Mosquito fan.
I have some. Yeah.
They ain't getting me.
I have so many candles it almost looks like I'm a sacrificial slaughter. I've got all around me, with the flames coming up and they still dive bomb through the citronella candles to bite me. So I have got to be out of the woods, by nightfall or else I will be eaten alive.
Yeah.
So, so I can't, there are restrictions. And also, I'm too old to sleep on a rock.
Yeah. No one wants to do that.
Yeah.
Then you have to figure out how to blow up that mattress.
And then you got, and I think if you have a blow-up mattress on the trail, I think you will be mocked. And so I'm just going to say right up front, I'm not sleeping on here. I'm going to take a little hike in my cute little boots.
Doing the fun parts.
In the good weather.
Yeah. I like going outside. I like all of that, all the experience, whatever. But I want to be able to, wash my hands.
Right. I don't want to eat something if my hands are dirty. And I don't like all that alcohol. It just eats my hands up. That whole...
Yeah, sanitizer.
Sanitizer thing. I can't stand that stuff.
Yeah. So, And I feel like I know enough outdoorsy things that if something were to happen and I had to be stuck in the woods for 3 days, I could survive. I could do whatever I needed
my voice.
Hey! I'm over here! Where's that damn whistle I packed? I'm out of mints! Yeah, we all know.
I'm out of mints! That's right. That's right.
So it's just not. I'm okay going on a walk with the kids, up the hill, whatever, find something sketchy. I'm not gonna put my hand in it.
I'm not
gonna look in the hole.
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna go in the cave. No.
So
that's how every good movie goes awry, is somebody walked in that dang cave.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
And don't go low.
But I think that a lot of the problem is that these videos, the videos that Rob,
they make
look how beautiful it is.
That she could do it.
Oh, I'm having my coffee, getting ready to hit the trail. Oh, we've been at it for an hour now. They make it look.
They make it look good.
Yeah, they're not going, oh my gosh.
I'm not interested.
I found a spider on me,
Yeah, you're not getting all that.
Look at my bites.
Yeah. You're not getting that.
Mm-mm.
You're not getting, oh, I heard something in the woods.
It's growling and it sounds like my dad.
So those eyes right there. Don't make eye contact.
I watched too many episodes of Alone.
I know. Oh,
They have
you don't have to.
Have you guys ever seen that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And so here's your tent. And so they have these outside cameras, so they can watch. And so they'll
you get to
they'll
watch
show
all of
the
it.
eyeballs.
Yeah.
Something that's sneaking up and
Just checking it out. No.
trying to find out what kind of meat you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
No.
I'm okay that I know that we are already encroaching all the wilderness. That's why there's foxes that burrow dens under people's decks. And
Yes.
deer wander through and you see a moose or a bear every once in a while where they're not
Yes.
supposed to be.
We sometimes see cougars.
Yes, so I am very okay. You stay in your part, I'll stay in my part. If we have to cross paths, we'll just look the other way.
A little respect.
Yeah. Nice to see ya. It's a cat. Walk this way.
Don't eat
We'll-
my cat.
You go that way, I'll go this way.
That's right.
Actually, we didn't see each other. Nobody has to know.
That's right.
I'm
That's
not.
right.
I think Pacific Crest Trail is gorgeous, but for me, it's just
Not something you're
Let's-
gonna do.
I'll just put it as I respect nature too much to be up in their business. Cutting that path.
To go up there and disrespect it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing that you can do, and I didn't know about this until I read the book, The Wild, is that there are things called trail angels. And there's spots. There's a spot near the cabin. We've never found it.
Oh, really?
But, yeah.
I don't know
right
what a trail
near
angel is.
Oh, you don't know a trail?
I'll find it.
This is how I think we can help this Rob.
Because
I
there's
just need to
certain
find out.
things like we know there's a fallen down old settlement cabin on the property behind us, and my instructions are good. You follow this path, kind of headed up a little northwards, and you're gonna find a big rock. You're gonna go straight up from the big rock, and you'll hit that. But last time there's a big old badger who lived in there, so we haven't went back because
Honey badgers.
he was gonna eat.
There's
the dogs.
nothing meaner than a honey badger. Nothing.
No, no, and they're a little faster than you think they are.
And they gonna get you.
Yeah.
Just for the
thrill of
just for the thrill of it. They don't care. They just
Live off
want you dead.
adrenaline. Yeah.
They're nasty.
So no, tell me what a trail angel is.
Trail angel. So what it is people that are on it's like a whole big thing. There's a whole map, and so you know exactly where you're at. And all along you can send things general delivery
Yes.
to these post offices, and people that are on the trail know to stop in and see if their family has sent them.
Right.
So
Or
they might be
their
getting
rations, whatever.
Yeah, they might be getting rations. They might be getting some socks. They might be mailing some stuff home. I don't know. But all along, there's these certain spots that are marked. There's also spots where there is water, because in fact, in one of his episodes, he was saying, oh, well, we're a mile in today. We've got to make it 9 miles to the next water stop.
Oh.
He's in the wilderness. And so there's a spot, and he showed a picture of it, and it's like this little wooden, bench, I guess, and it says Trail Angels, and there's all of this water. So you stop, and it's like the 5-gallon tubs, green, blue jugs of water. So you fill up your water
From those jugs.
and you know along the trail where all of those things are. So people will, and it's just Trail Angels, people who live near there that I'm going to
Deliver
make
water.
sure that this is stocked.
That's cool.
But there's one up at, I'm sure it was in the book, I'm sure that's where it was. I've read a couple of books about the Pacific, Crest Trail, but, there's one up on Aeneas Mountain, and it is it's across a creek, and it's by a, cattle guard, and they describe it like it could be like near our property. And whoever is up there often will leave, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, but they have because they talked about the way that they package them so the animals don't come and go, oh, thank you, is this for us?
Sure,
So
sure.
they have stuff. And so they get, apples was always something that was always there. And so depending upon what's in season, they take stuff up and they put it in a box so people, and
Yeah. Well,
ice
that's
chest
cool.
or
I'll look
whatever.
that up. Because
But yeah,
we
Trail
found, it's a ways though. I wouldn't think it's on Aeneas. But the, public well.
There is a well.
The public
There
well.
is there
We've
is
been
a
to that.
well. Yeah.
It's so cool.
And that's marked. Yeah. So they stop there.
We've been to the public well part.
Because I was thinking, because there was somebody else, Kim Heitman from Texas. Remember, she came and stayed, hung out for a little bit, and she was picking up her son, who had just finished it. And it's like, oh my gosh, when is he going to be? We were trying to figure it out so we could go up to Aeneas Mountain. And, you know, because that's the other thing too, is that sometimes people can say, oh, if you just want a soft bed tonight, or if you want a shower, these trail angels will let you come and they'll have like a little cabin or whatever, or, you know, the upstairs bedroom. I don't know.
Sure.
I mean, but they're all people that have been, that people know who they are. And it's these trail angels along the way.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So anyway, so maybe you live near,
one of those
a spot, and
that's pretty cool.
Rob Cook is his name, and we can just say, hey, yeah, we know your aunt.
Yeah,
she's one of us. Yeah. Anyway, send back some horrible pictures so we will stop wanting to do it.
We just
the down and dirty parts. You don't want us on that trail.
Yeah. No, you don't. They don't.
No.
All the people who are actually hired, like, please don't.
Don't let them come.
Please don't.
Maybe we have to be vetted to even go. I wouldn't even know anything.
No. Mm-mm.
Well, I wouldn't do it. I mean, I always want to.
I would have to do it with
I
Robert,
want to say that I did it.
So he could carry my pack.
I know.
So I could just walk all free.
Paul would not do it with me for a second.
Oh, Robert wouldn't either.
He would talk to me and was like, or worse yet, he'd go, fine, let's go.
I'll meet you up here.
Yeah, that would be the worst thing. He'd teach me a lesson by letting
I'll wait right
go.
here. When you're done, you come back and get me. We'll go home. Yeah. No. Robert just laughed at me like, yeah, that's funny.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't go with me.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, speaking of pasta, so funny thing. Did I tell you about the gas? Oh my gosh. So what night was it? There was one night that I was working late, and he came by for some reason, because I told him I was going to be here late. Maybe he brought me ice cream or something. I think that we were going to have dinner together. He wasn't really hungry and he was going to do something else, but he decided to get ice cream. Sure. So instead of dinner, we had ice cream.
There's always room for ice cream.
Far better. And anyway, Lizzie wanted to go with him. Mm-hmm. And so he has his little commuter car. And so he said, well, I'll take Lizzie. And I said, okay, well, we'll just switch cars. Okay, that sounds great. And I said, but by the way, I need gas.
Oh, sure.
And of course, he says, that's the only time I ever borrow your car is when you need gas. You plan it.
Timing.
And I said, well, I don't really plan it. I didn't know that you were going to bring me ice cream, but take my car and I need gas. Do you need money to fill up my car? And then he, well, I don't have time. I don't know, blah, 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 whatever. And I thought, oh, fine. And I said, okay, fine. I probably have enough to make it to work tomorrow. And so anyway.
Luckily she works, 4 miles from her house.
I know. It's perfectly fine. So anyway, so off he goes. I get home late. And then the next morning, I wasn't even thinking. All I was thinking was, I cannot go probably more than a mile without gas. Mm-hmm. And so I get in my car, start my car.
She lives a block from a gas station.
A block from a gas station.
Barely block.
A half a block.
Yeah. I
pull into the gas station. Of course, Tammy is working.
Oh, sure.
Our neighbor. So I pull in, put the gas, or I go in and I give her my money and I say, oh, $60 on pump 4 or whatever. Well, I go out there, pump it, and all of a sudden it flicks off. Mm-hmm. I thought, well, that's weird. What the heck? Put it in, pull it out, flick it, flicks off. Try it again. And I'm like holding it. And then, of course, gas is like splashing. And I thought, well, that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. So I go in and I said, Tammy, that pump is not working. She says, really? That's weird. And I says, yeah, it keeps clicking off. And she said, well, that's strange. Are you sure that your gas tank isn't full? And I said, no, it's not full at all. I mean, I'm on fumes. And she says, well, that's weird. So then there was this nice man. He says, well, I'll help you. So he comes out and he starts to put it in. And of course, gas comes splashing out. And I said, oh my gosh. And he says, yeah, I think that your tank is full. And I said, no,
Did he take your car, fill it, bring it back?
So
what a guy.
I turned on my key. Oh,
Isabel.
Sorry. So it was totally full. So I did have to go change because I had gas on my shoe.
Sure.
I can't stand that smell all day. Mm-hmm. That was really terrible. So I had to go in and get my money back from Tammy. I said, oh my gosh.
He already did it.
He filled my tank. And she said, oh, that was really nice. She says, you didn't even have to ask us. Well, I did ask, and I just assumed he really wasn't going to. But no.
He did it anyways.
Sweet man.
That's so nice.
Anyway, yeah. So, but don't be, he still would leave me on the trail.
Yeah.
To be eaten by someone.
I would too. Mom, I'll be right here. I'll read my book. When you are done with your lollygagging, I'll be here and we'll go home.
I won't go far. I just want to go look at flowers and look for a pretty rock.
I'll put a little, what is that, little Apple tag? So if by, 3 hours I haven't found it, I'll go find her.
This will be my path.
Yeah.
And I will not be more than 100 feet. No. I'm looking for pretty rocks, flowers, and bugs I've never seen.
I'll give her one of those little key things. When you pull it, it'll start screaming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
A leash.
Help me. Yeah.
I know. I don't really want to do it. It just looks so fun. It
just like
so
nature.
Fun. I like nature.
She needs to go up to the cabin. We'll drop her off at a trail. We'll see if she'll make it.
I know. And now it's so pretty because of all of the wildflowers.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
That is true.
I like all of the organic nature.
The
I think
nature
is the
blooms.
prettiest stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so you took off your headphones before we came back. What are you reading now? Because yesterday, Monday was our book club. And for Monday book club, we reviewed
The Measure.
Discussed The Measure. Really, it's one of those books.
Personal reflection book, I think.
It's anywhere from mediocre to fantastic. I mean, I think it was very, very good, but it's one of those books that is just a lot of discussion.
Yeah.
So we talked about that, encouraged that, and then told everybody to read Midnight in Soap Lake because that's what's happening. Friday night is the author, Matthew Sullivan, is going to be in Soap Lake.
book signing.
So we're going to go over, and some of you guys are mailing the book here. And I'm going to take it and have him autograph it for you. And then I'm also buying a few more so that I have some.
He will also be on Thursday. So tomorrow he'll be at the Moses Lake Library.
Yeah.
If you want to hit him up there. But yeah.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah. So we're super excited about it. And then he's going to join us for our book club next month.
Yeah.
So
this month we're reading Midnight in Soap Lake.
Yeah.
If you haven't already. I am working on a book club newsletter. So you have all the deets.
Oh, good.
Because I haven't been doing that lately. So I'm going to try to put that together for you guys so you can see that.
Yeah.
Super cool.
And then we talked about yesterday in book club Monday, that both Marge and I are obsessed with the Cormoran Strike series. Totally obsessed. And again, it's one of those weird things that I'm not entirely sure that I can recommend it because there is a whole lot of cussing. And some of them, there's, this book number 2, a lot of murder and icky murder. But I mean, not that all murder isn't, but icky stuff.
A little too,
and right now I'm on book number 5. I was thinking I was on number 4, but I'm on number 5.
And you said there's 9?
7. I am obsessed, with him and Robin, and, each book could be a standalone, really.
Sure.
But it's kind of nice to have that whole back thing. And that's what happens is you just get sort of mesmerized with the backstory and you get attached to these people. But I do have a question. And it's about the tea. So it's kind of funny because I am a coffee drinker,
right?
Of course. And I do like tea in the evening, but for me, coffee and tea are very, very different, right? So sometimes when we talk about American detectives and American police officers, I like my coffee, thick and black and
chew on.
And and it can be cold. It doesn't really matter. And, you can like imagine these guys drinking this coffee. And of course that thick, dark coffee obviously means massive amounts of caffeine, which means they're probably fairly wired, right? On edge. Right? I mean, all of this caffeine, my thick coffee. And you kind of get a picture of that, right? Whereas tea, herbal.
And I always, when I read a book, I always think tea, saucer, cup. I never think like a to-go cup of tea.
No.
Tea number picture
tea
to go.
is very relaxing in the
Quaint.
evening before bed.
Yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
right. Well, this cormorant strike, big tough guy, I don't know,
Mhm.
6'3" or something, monster of a guy, drinks tea, black. And it's like,
I drink black tea too.
so what does that mean? I mean, there's no caffeine in it, right?
No,
I mean,
black
maybe
tea is caffeinated.
No, I mean not black. I mean, he likes it dark. He likes
I mean,
dark tea.
There's a lot of tea that's caffeinated.
So you think he's as tough as
I
an
mean,
American
I don't think he
detective?
is as wired as a New York detective. I mean, I feel like there's...
I mean, there's a difference, right?
In my perspective, there's no way that if he went from caffeine cup to caffeine cup.
I know. I don't think it's the same. Because it's funny because they talk about it all the time. Oh, you know how I like my tea. Oh, I need my tea. It's like, do you? I mean, did it make that big of a difference with the hydro tea? So anyway, I know I have a lot of UK friends, and a lot of you guys will
Can
and they'll
your
email
tea
me. Is it the same
stand
thing?
against
I mean, come on.
a cup of Joe?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to keep me awake. I drink it in the evening.
Yeah, I
Like
do it
this.
relaxing.
Yeah.
Steeped beautifully.
Yeah.
It's only really good when
Holding
it's warm.
hot. Cold tea is not good. Cold
No.
coffee, this is ice cold.
There's
I drink cold coffee all day long.
yeah.
I don't know. I just have a question about that because it almost makes me giggle all the time. I'm in the fifth, but I need to have my tea. Oh, okay. You
You little
skip
sweet
by the
pie.
part. I know.
I don't know.
It just seems funny to me that.
Yeah, because I do not drink
Are you
tea
addicted?
to get
Would you
myself
be
wired.
addicted to tea? Because why I'm addicted to coffee is the caffeine. I realize that. Can you be addicted to lavender? Bergamot. I don't know. I have
She has
questions. I have questions. I have I figured out a lot of the other things and but I still have a question about the
I don't
tea
know.
because and every once in a while he does say that he needs coffee and he'll say that. No, I need coffee today. Today is coffee day. Okay, so then that means that coffee and tea are different.
Yeah, I don't know. I never thought about it. Because I don't drink tea to necessarily wake
I
myself
don't either.
up.
No, I don't either. But I also have had so many English friends say that my tea drawer is not real tea.
It's not real tea.
So maybe
I'm
that's what the
excited.
problem is that the stuff that I drink
I
is
do
not.
feel like tea over there is different. Flavor wise. But again, I just don't know if it's because we have knockoff stuff here that's bagged. But I mean, I don't know.
Floral stuff. I mean, I buy expensive tea,
Yeah.
but
And it's really
there's no caffeine in it.
right. I don't know. Questions. We need a list of things to try when we're over.
Questions.
We need to know.
We need to know. So those of you guys that have a lot of UK friends that have been answering my questions about biscuits and sponge cake.
We need to know the tea
And-
versus the coffee and how dark and chewy can you actually make a tea?
I don't know, come on. It's not so.
How wired can we
just-
get off of tea?
It just doesn't make him sound big and tough.
Says the American.
Says the American. I know. I know.
But you guys know our, New York detectives. That's what we go off of.
That's what we think.
Yeah.
I know. I
Mean,
have
gruff.
I have this thing.
A little
in my
edgy
head.
because they had too much coffee.
I know.
Yeah, not enough to eat.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
When you don't have enough
Funny.
sleep, then you drink all this
That's a
coffee.
good question. I never even thought. But I don't have listen to a lot of UK authors, but
I
makes
feel
sense.
like I'll bet that 75% of what I listen to is UK authors. I love them. I love all of them. And I'm finally now starting to realize what they're talking about. Unless you are Scottish. Oh, good Lord. I can't. I
sometimes
can't
hard
do the
to
Scot. They have
listen to dialect.
different words.
yeah.
They have whole different things that they say that
Yeah.
I got nothing with them. Anyway. All right. So one last little thing that I wanted to mention is yes, QuiltCon. And the reason I want to just keep mentioning it at least once a month or whatever is that QuiltCon will be coming up in February.
Okay.
Brianna and I are going to go. It'll be in Raleigh, North Carolina. You can sign up for QuiltCon kind of anytime, or maybe you can't sign up yet. I think that the tickets aren't available yet or anything, but what will happen is you have to find a place to stay. So when we went to QuiltCon down in Phoenix, we got kind of a block of rooms, and that was really fun. We had a great time hanging out with people in the evenings, but we feel like we didn't connect with everybody the way that we, with everybody else. And so what we're going to do instead is have like a meeting place each day, to meet and greet and have our little, presents for people. And that'll be kind of fun. But that way you can kind of stay where you want to. And some people have family, or they've already made arrangements, or they live there or whatever. And, so anyway, so the reason that we're mentioning it is get your travel arrangements in terms of where you're going to stay.
Yeah,
we are staying at like the Residence Inn or something. Lori made our.
Awesome.
Lori.
It's good to have people.
It's good to have people. We have people. And so we're all set. So get a spot, and then we'll have more details. But I think same thing. We'll be there every day. Yeah. Like before. Super fun. I had a great time.
Yeah, it was really
going
fun.
back. So anyway, just a quick little mention for that. All right. Anything else?
I don't think so. No.
Can't think of anything. Today I'll be busy. We're going to do box opening tonight. Box opening Friday.
Yeah.
And then we'll be busy, but we'll show you highlights.
Yeah, you'll have a highlight, so you'll see what we see. The class from the nursing home. That's gonna be super fun.
Yeah.
And then we do. We're doing also that kind of a quilt show for the residents also. So we'll have a lot of show and tell in those highlights. Which is really cool. I'm excited to see those too. Everyone's supposed to bring at least something to show. Yeah.
And then in the class that we're doing in the retreat is crumb cake.
Yeah.
Which is really a fun one to do in a group, because they all look so different. And Karen is going to do a crumb cake around a big panel.
Yes. She called and said, hey, can I do this?
Yeah.
I did totally. And then I had to kind of talk her through that it's still going to be blocky, not just strippy.
It's going to be fantastic.
So,
yeah.
Super excited to see it.
Yeah, it'll be really good to see that. So it'll be fun to see all of those. So we'll do a little trunk show for you for that. Yeah. And also we're going golfing.
Oh, yeah.
The world's
They have way more excursions this time around. They're not going to get any sewing done.
I know. I know. It'll be fun.
They have a lot of fun to have.
Yeah.
This one's going to be fun.
Fun.
Yeah. What do you guys call it? The Desert Open?
They call it the
Sandblaster
Open.
Yeah. Golfing.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of them that have really fun excursions.
We've
got some good things planned this year, and some good giveaways planned this year.
And if you're coming or still thinking or whatever, you don't have to participate if you don't want to. It's all
excursions are all included, and you can do it or say, heck no, I'm going to stay and sew, and I'm not putting clothes on.
It don't matter.
That's fine too.
We just do it something fun in case you want to do something in the area, see something different. The
Eastern Star one, I think, the beginner one, that one is at the exact same time. Our folk music.
Yeah, the festival
is going on at the exact same time, directly across the street from us.
You have great music.
Open the doors and
walk across the street.
I think there's like 8 different bands, and
so good.
That'll be really fun.
You guys will have all fantastic seats.
Yeah, and then we have some Ducks Unlimited guys that are doing some fishing trips.
The guys
for us. So anyway. Yeah, we have some good things planned this year. So
yeah, always fun.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
All right. And if you, I should just mention this really fast. Oops. Oh, there was our timer. People will sometimes ask, and they'll see them in the comments, well, how do we sign up for the retreats? So what happens is we know the retreats, a year in advance, but they go on sale January 15th. Because some of them sell out in a couple of minutes. And so January 15th is, we post what they are and what we're doing in December. So you kind of know, you get to know ahead of time
to
plan or whatever. And then you sign up on January 15th. Then what happens is every single time in every retreat, there are last minute cancellations. In this particular retreat that we are starting today, 4 kind of fairly last minute cancellations. Happens all the time. It's very difficult sometimes to turn somebody around in 4 days to get somebody in. but local people especially maybe can try to get in. But if you're not sure, be on the waiting list. And then that way we can call. If we know ahead of time, we can say, hey, it's a month away, but there is a spot if you want to come in.
And there is room in some of the
some of them.
And if you just go to the website, you'll see on the header there's going to be a retreat center, and just click on the hosted retreats, and then you'll see them all listed.
Yeah.
And then depending on what dates or what month works for you,
Yeah.
whether or not that is something you want to do, you can come anyways, work on any projects you want, scrapbook, whatever you want to do. You can make that retreat however you want that retreat. We're still going to teach the assigned thing, and that can just be bonus chit chat for you to just absorb for a later date. But if you really have graduation quilt or something else you need to work on, don't feel like you have to participate in our class or even in our little excursions if you are on a deadline. So make it how you want it to be. We're okay with whatever that means to you. It won't offend us anyway.
Yeah. And I think out of the 9 retreats, I think there is spots in maybe 3 of them, like 1 or 2. Because as we know, as somebody, if their life has changed, oops, there's a wedding I have to go to, somebody had a car accident, little things, whatever else is happening, we put that back on. So,
so check it out if you're interested. If plans
Come
have
hang
changed,
out with
maybe
us.
in yours. Yeah. Super fun. Super exciting.
Yeah. All right. I think
All
we're
right.
good. All right. We will see you tonight for box opening.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.